How to increase brand loyalty with consistent sonic branding. Understand your brand's core identity. Before you create a single sound, you need to understand the heart of your brand. Start by asking yourself some key questions. Number 1, what are your brand's core values? Number 2, are you innovative and cutting edge, or traditional and reliable? Number 3, what emotions do you want your brand to evoke? Think about your target audience too. What kind of audio experiences resonate with them? Here's an exercise. Write down keywords or phrases that capture your brand's essence. These keywords will be your guiding principles as you develop your sonic identity. Next, consider your current touchpoints. Make a list of everywhere your brand uses sound. That could be TV ads, radio spots, podcast sponsorships, in-store music, websites, app notifications, and so on. Now for each of these touchpoints, note down what kind of audio you're currently using. Finally, think about your competitors. How do they use sound in their branding? Is there a gap in the market you could fill with a unique audio strategy? This assessment lays the groundwork for a cohesive sonic brand. It guarantees that every sound you create will authentically represent your brand's identity. Audit your current audio assets. Now, you can't improve what you don't measure. It's time to take stock of your existing sonic branding elements. Start by gathering all your audio assets in one place. This includes jingles, sonic logos, voiceovers, background music, and any other branded sounds you use. Now, listen to each one critically and ask yourself, number 1, does this align with the brand identity we defined earlier? Number 2, is it consistent with our other audio elements? Number 3, how well does it represent our brand compared to our competitors? Number 4, is it memorable and distinctive? Now with this information, create a simple spreadsheet to track your findings and your answers. Note down each asset, where it's used, and your assessment of its effectiveness. Pay special attention to your brand voice. Is the tone consistent across different channels? Does it match your brand's personality? And don't forget about functional sounds, like app notifications or the on-hold music on your customer service line. These may seem minor, but they all contribute to your overall sonic brand. This audit gives you a clear picture of your current audio landscape. It helps you identify what's working well and where there's room for improvement. Develop your sonic branding strategy. With a clear understanding of your brand and current assets, it's now time to map out your sonic branding strategy. Start by defining your core audio elements. These typically include a sonic logo, which is a short, distinctive sound that identifies your brand. Think of the Netflix ta-dum or the Intel bong. Number 2, brand voice guidelines. The tone, pitch, and style of voice that represents your brand. Number 3, brand music style guide. So these are the genres of music, instruments used, and moods that align with your brand identity. Number 4, any functional sounds. So these are sound effects that you use for your user interface, app notifications, etc. Now for each of these elements, write down specific criteria. For example, your sonic logo should be a few seconds long and work well in both audio-only and audio-visual contexts. Consider how these elements will adapt across different channels. For example, your sonic logo might need a variation of different lengths for various applications, or even different instruments. Think about the emotional journey you want your audience to experience. How can you use sound to guide them through this journey at different touchpoints? Remember to build in flexibility. Your sonic brand needs to work across current channels and also be adaptable for future platforms. Having a clear strategy is important, but it's only half the battle. Without the right audio assets, your strategy won't come to life. The next step is crucial: creating audio assets that truly reflect your brand's identity. Creating your audio assets. With your strategy in place, it's now time to bring your sonic brand to life. Start with your sonic logo. This is often the most challenging element to create, as it needs to be simple, memorable, and versatile. If you have musical skills, try experimenting with different melodies or different sound effects, or a combination of both. If not, invest in professionals that have years of experience with sonic branding. For your brand voice, write a short script that captures your brand's personality. Then, try recording it with different voice actors, or again, invest in professionals who can cast different talent for you. Now listen back to the auditions and see which one best captures your brand's essence. For music, create playlists that fit your brand style and mood. These can serve as inspiration for original compositions. Experiment with functional sounds. Try recording everyday objects or using sound design software to create unique user interface sounds that really align with your brand. Remember, creation is a constant process. Don't expect to get it perfect on the first try. Create multiple versions and refine based on feedback. By creating these core assets, you gain a deep understanding of your sonic brand. This knowledge is invaluable, even if you later decide to work with professionals. Implement across channels. Creating great audio assets is only half the battle. The real challenge lies in implementing them consistently across all your brand touchpoints. Start by creating a sonic brand guideline document. This document should include all your sonic and audio assets, usage instructions, and examples of correct implementation. Next, prioritize your channels. Which ones reach your audience most effectively? Focus on implementing your new sonic brand in these areas first. For each channel, consider how your audio brand elements will fit together. For example, for TV or online ads, use your sonic logo at the beginning or the end, or both. Make sure the background music and the voiceover align with your guidelines as well. On radio, your sonic logo and brand voice are really crucial here. Develop a consistent structure for your ads. For in-store experiences, create playlists that match your music style guide. Consider branded announcements using your brand voice. For digital platforms, implement your UI sounds in your app or even on your website. Use your sonic logo in social media videos. Train your team on the new sonic branding guidelines. And make sure that everyone on your team understands the importance of consistency. Consistent implementation across channels reinforces your brand identity and increases recognition over time. Monitor and refine. Launching your sonic identity is just the beginning. The key to long-term success lies in ongoing monitoring and refinement. You want to set up systems to track the performance of your sonic brand. This could include surveys to measure the brand recall and association with your brand, social media sentiment analysis, engagement metrics on audio and video content, and in-store customer feedback. Make sure you regularly review these metrics to really understand how your audio brand is performing. Are people recognizing and positively associating with your sounds? Keep an ear out for changes in your industry or target audience. Audio trends can shift real quickly, and your brand needs to stay relevant. And don't be afraid to make adjustments based on your findings. Maybe your sonic logo needs a slight tweak, or perhaps your brand music isn't resonating as expected. This will help you make sure it still fits with your overall brand strategy and it's working effectively. By treating your sonic brand as a living, evolving entity, you make sure that it remains fresh and effective in connecting with your audience. Ongoing support. Your sonic brand needs regular care to stay fresh and relevant. Set up a schedule to review your sonic brand every couple of months and ask yourself these questions. Does my sonic logo still match our overall brand goals? Is it working well on all platforms? Keep an eye out for new trends. Are there any new ways that people are listening to content? Listen to what your customers say. Use surveys or social media to get their thoughts on your sonic brand. As your business grows and evolves, your sonic brand might need small changes. For example, if you enter a new country, check if your sounds work well there. Make sure that your team knows about any updates. Keep your brand guidelines current and remind everyone how to use your sonic brand correctly and on every touch point. By giving your sonic brand ongoing attention, you keep it as strong and effective as your business grows and changes. If you need help creating a sonic identity for your brand, we've already worked with hundreds of brands like Amazon, Nespresso, L'Oreal, and McDonald's. We create sonic logos, compose original music, cast and record professional voiceovers, produce jingles, and create localized ads. To contact me, click on the link below, and we can talk about your next project. In the next video, I'll show you how sound affects your brand perception and why developing a consistent sonic brand strategy is really crucial. We'll explore the power of sound in building strong brand loyalty and the steps that you need to create sonic elements that really resonate with your audience. I'll catch you in the next video.